Welcome back to the Right Future YouTube channel. In today's episode, I am going to talk about a 2024 Republican primary poll that was released by CBS News. The top line poll, which is not the purpose of this video, is Trump expanding his lead over DeSantis. I believe it was Trump plus 36. But again, that isn't what I am discussing in this video. I want to talk about one screen, one question mainly in this poll. And that is 2024 Republican nomination. The question is, prefer a candidate who? The number one reason, or the number one preference, for who voters want is challenges woke ideas. 85%. So 85% of Republican primary voters polled by CBS News said challenge woke ideas. If you ask 99% of that 85% who said that, they wouldn't be able to define woke for you. They wouldn't be able to. They can tell you what an example of what they believe is woke, but they couldn't tell you what woke is. Number two, opposes any gun restrictions, 66%. That was the second preferred answer. 66% opposes any gun restrictions, while independents and moderate voters say they want more gun restrictions, such as red flag laws and expanded background checks. And this is saying no gun restrictions at all, which would include red flag laws and background checks. Third most important preference for any candidate that these Republican primary voters polled want. 61% says somebody who says Donald Trump won in 2020. The Republican primary voters want somebody who believes in unicorns. Trump didn't win in 2020. Joe Biden did. You may not like it, but it's true. Republican primary voters want a candidate who lives in fantasy land. They want a candidate who is in a conspiracy theory world. Number four, the fourth most important thing that primary voters want in this poll is someone who makes liberals angry. Those are the four most important things. You know what those four things say? A loss. This is a Republican Party that, and by the way, this is one poll, but other polls have similar results. This isn't an outlier. This is why Republicans lost independence in 2022 in a midterm with a Democrat president, had a low 40s approval rating. 2022 was a slam dunk for Republicans, but this stuff is why Republicans struggle. What is woke? Define it. Most people, like I said, who say this can't. Now, if we're talking about not allowing a transgender, somebody who transitions from a male to a female, to participate in female sports, especially in school, that is something that independents can get behind. Primarily because mothers don't want their daughters playing sports with biological boys while these biological boys set records in their sports. That's something you can win on. But most of the stuff that these primary voters think is woke is just Republican primary voters fantasy land. It's just evangelical nuttery. And again, Donald Trump has put us on the Autobahn for suburban voters. But we were leaking suburban voters before Trump because we became more of an evangelical party. Where in this list is somebody who wants to fix inflation? Where in this list is somebody who's worried about creating higher wages? Where is a populist movement that the Republican Party is supposed to be? Where is adding more manufacturing jobs? Where is somebody who can take on China? It doesn't exist because the Republican Party has become two things: a Trump cult of personality. These things are all that just says Trump, which isn't surprising because he was up big in the poll. But this stuff just says Trump. Trump lost in 2020. Ultra MAGA was one of the was, along with abortion, was the two tactics Democrats used to hold Republicans down. Republicans picked up 10 House seats in a midterm when the Democrat president had a low 40s approval rating. We can't say it enough. The RNC chair, Ronna Romney McDaniel, just came out a couple days ago saying, with an autopsy, saying that the reason we did bad in 2022 was we lost independence. Seriously, you spent money on an autopsy and all this time running an autopsy for something we could have figured out on election night without exit polls. But all you had to do was read an exit poll. Every suburban area we lost. Kerry Lake lost Arizona. Why? Because she got trounced in Maricopa County. I mean, it's not rocket science. Republicans did bad in independents. Independents who strongly disapprove of the incumbent president. This was an easy one. And we're going down a path. Republicans are going down a path to non-existence, to extinction. That's where the Republican Party is heading with this kind of thing. That is where we are heading. It's just one poll. This is specifically just one poll. It is a trend of polls that we are seeing recently. But eventually, Republicans have to get sick of losing. But if you just want to take an out of saying, hey, the election was stolen, and just come up with imaginary excuses and reasons for why it was stolen, then you never have to take accountability. So you never get to a point where you can say, hey, we need to change course because we're losing, because you just blame somebody else. It is what Democrats have done for 20 years. Every time they lost an election, they would go, it was rigged, voter suppression, or voter intimidation. In 2008, they accused Republicans of voter intimidation in Philadelphia, where they have Black Panthers standing outside Philadelphia voting locations, and they won Pennsylvania. And Senator Obama won an election in a landslide. They still accused Republicans of intimidation in Philadelphia when they were the ones doing the intimidating. It is a typical Democrat tactic, and now we're taking it. And it's going to lead us to extinction. It's going to lead the United States to a uniparty system. And it's a sad state of affairs. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.